and welcome back. We get another episode of Sarcasm Speaks, and it's me and Bob here today in the middle of this fucking heat wave, dude. This is insane.
Yeah, that's why I escaped this fucking part of the world yesterday.
Yeah.
So I went to a beach for the first time in because we didn't go last year.
No, but we went
2 years
2
ago.
years ago on Guys Weekend.
Yeah, I went to a beach for the first time in 2 years.
Nice, dude. It wasn't too hot to go to the beach?
My father didn't even go down.
Yeah.
He wasn't even there.
I remember you were saying that like people were gonna say like, oh no, it's too hot to go to the beach.
Well, I knew my father would because he doesn't even go to the beach.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if my mother was like, oh yeah, well it's kind of like hot. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna go down. But she was there. So I met her there, and then so I was actually at the beach, and I didn't fucking burn myself into oblivion.
Well, that's good.
I was only there for a few hours.
Yeah.
Not super long.
So it's absolutely fucking scorching right now. Yesterday I think was like 96, 97.
I mean, the forecast was supposed to get up to 99 yesterday and 100 today.
Yeah, I think it's hotter today.
It probably is. And 100 is hotter than 99.
I went to Market Basket this morning, and probably around like 10 o'clock. And when I got out to my car, it said it was like 84 degrees or something like that. And then by the time I drove to Market Basket, went food shopping, and got out of Market Basket, my car then said it was 96 degrees. So.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to Dunkin' Donuts, or you went with me, Dunkin' Donuts, it was 102 in the car.
Right.
Which, I mean, it comes down a couple degrees once you start moving, but...
Car thermometers are always a little hotter because they're just sitting in the sun.
Yeah.
But,
that's the field's like if you're just sitting there in the sun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I thought about earlier, like, just grabbing a blanket and going laying in the backyard. And then I went upstairs because we got fucking AC cranking downstairs now. And I went upstairs and was like, wow, it's like fucking 83 degrees on our second floor, and it's hot. And it's got to be even hotter outside. I don't know if I want to go lay outside in the sun anymore.
No. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
And then, so I looked this morning, too, at the Weather Channel app. Shout out to the Weather Channel if you want to, sponsor us or something. We'll figure something out. But the next 15 days, it's all like 86, 88, 87, 86, 86, 88. Like, it's all upper 80s for the next 15 days.
And I will preface this with, depending on what part of the country is actually listening to us, we're in the Northeast, doesn't get this warm.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what the temperature is in Texas.
Yeah,
it's
so all those people in Texas that are
or
like,
Vegas.
oh, don't bitch about it.
Like, I understand in Vegas it's always 120, fine, got it.
Right.
You live in the desert.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah, it's that humidity. It's not the heat.
It's dry heat.
It's not the heat, it's the humidity that gets you.
It's spoken like real fucking people from the Northeast.
Yeah.
You ask someone from fucking Vegas and it's like, well, what does it feel like when it's 100? Oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's not fucking 100 degrees.
Yeah, you ever been inside of an oven? Like, that's...
No, I haven't. Should I have ever been?
No.
Should you have ever been?
I don't think so. I would hope not.
Why would the oven only be 100 degrees or less? Ovens don't even go that low.
Yeah, that's true. I just assume that that's what it would feel like, being like dry heat at like 120 degrees. Could you imagine though if it was 120 and humid? Because I guess yesterday...
Wouldn't we just all melt?
I would assume, yeah. I think yesterday it got up to like 60% humidity, which at 98 degrees or whatever it got to, 96, is like fucking absurd. I don't know what the humidity is today, but I would imagine also pretty high. But fuck yeah, man, like 120 degrees, and I think their humidity is like 10-20%. Like, it's pretty solid. I feel like I
actually don't know if it actually gets to 120.
Oh, it definitely does in like Arizona and shit.
Like where people live, or just like in the sand world?
I'm sure there's some people that live in the sand world.
Jawas?
Yeah.
Like those actually exist? I thought those were just Star Wars things.
Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe Star Wars just predicted the future. Is Star Wars supposed to happen in the future or the past?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't care to debate it either.
It's too hot to debate that.
I just simply don't care enough.
That's actually a great excuse for everybody now. Again, let's clarify, we do live in the Northeast, so when it gets hot, so this is my other thing about living in New England, is that no one is ever fucking happy about the weather unless it's like May or like October.
Well, okay, so here's the thing though, and Jim Murray from the Sports Hub broke this down well, because everyone's like, oh my god, September's so nice. He goes, you guys have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're like,
September
no,
still
Jim,
really
you're just old man yelling at a cloud. He goes, no. He goes, just getting 90-degree days out of nowhere.
Right.
He goes, it's a perfectly nice day. Oh shit, it's 90.
Right. So the thing
But
about
last year October just rained all month.
Yeah, which is
so we missed the only good month of the year.
So the thing about New Englanders is that in the wintertime, all they do is fucking bitch and complain about the cold. Which, granted, I am one of those people. I fucking hate when it's 6 degrees outside and you're outside for about 45 seconds and you're like, that's cool, my face is gonna fall off. Or like, if there's water in my beard from like taking a shower in the morning and I go outside, I can feel like when I move my mouth, like I can feel the ice crystals, like my beard is frozen. Like, fuck that. I fucking hate the winter, I fucking hate the cold, it's awful. But then you fast forward till now in the summer months, and everyone's like, "Ugh, it's so hot. Ugh, we can't go outside. Ugh, it's 96 degrees. Oh, it's so humid. Like, I can't fucking do anything. We can't even be outside." I am not really one of those people. I actually like the heat. I say all the time, I would take 100 degrees over 6 degrees 8 days out of the week.
What did one of the kids call it? They called the heat unintentional cutting season.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we call at the gym.
Yeah.
We call cutting season is when you're pulling all the water and shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like working out in a sweatshirt when it's hot as hell and stuff like that. Just like trying to drive up the sweat, as Chris Healy described in his
Right.
post-bender recovery session. So that's what we call cutting season. One of the kids called it unintentional cutting season.
Yeah.
When it's so hot, you have no choice but to just sweat your ass off.
That's good stuff. So yeah, New Englanders suck. They just bitch and complain about the weather no matter what.
Well, so I think I do a pretty good job of just commenting on the heat.
Yeah.
Maybe I use some expletives, but that's how I speak.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's fucking hot out. I wouldn't, that's more of a comment.
Oh yeah, and I do that too.
Bitch.
Like, I'll walk outside like this
Well,
morning.
I just want to make sure that if it's coming off as though I'm bitching about the heat, it's not exactly entirely true. Outside of my normal bitching.
No, I was just gonna say, you also do a lot of bitching just normally.
Yeah. So outside, that's what I want it to be well within my normal character traits.
Yes, yes.
That way I'm being consistent.
Right.
But when it's winter, I really bitch. There is no redeeming qualities to winter. It's fucking dark early. Your face hurts in the fucking cold.
Yeah.
You have to warm the car up. You have to layer up in clothes. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. Winter fucking sucks in New England.
Summer, inconvenient, but, you know, I was on the golf course yesterday.
Right. It's doable. Like, you can handle the heat.
Yeah. And think if I was so concerned about the heat today,
right.
Well, I'm staying inside. I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah.
Mostly because I did my outdoor activities yesterday.
I'm debating on playing golf after this.
I was so fucking dehydrated today, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still not the most dehydrated. And then I just had a fucking mudslide. Made a homemade mudslide at fucking 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I was like, I really want a fucking mudslide. And then so I looked out, like I looked at all the local like restaurants around here and like pulled up their menus. No, and the only place I think that may actually do them around here is Fridays, and I just don't like Fridays. It's not. I'm just not a. I don't know. Call me un-American, but I'm not a big TGI Fridays guy.
I don't like much about any of the chain, like Fridays, Chili's, Nines, or even like Applebee's. Like all 4 of those places seem like they're the exact same thing.
They are pretty much.
And I really have no desire to go to any of them ever.
Yeah.
Like really, I don't.
No.
It's like I don't want a generic beer that bad.
Right.
I don't want their food.
Right.
Their food sucks.
Yeah, and there's something about just having a mudslide on the water that just makes it so much better. And we don't have any water around here, so I'm not driving to the fucking Cape, so I can have a mudslide.
There's a river.
Yeah.
Canoe River's nearby.
Yeah. And,
there's a campground down the street. Do you know that?
I did, yeah. Yeah, it's down the other end of. No, it's not East Street, but where that splits. So I fucking I made a homemade mudslide. Got some Kahlua Bailey's vodka and a pint of Halo Top caramel fucking macchiato ice cream. Tossed it in the NutriBullet and blended it up, and now we're good. Not the NutriBullet, it's a Ninja. Sorry, I want to make sure I get that right, just in case you know.
Free ads.
Ninja wants to sponsor us too. This might be our big break. We might get all the sponsors from this episode. Who knows?
We have 2 Ninjas in the house.
We do.
Although I haven't used mine.
Yeah.
Since Nam. Like, I don't even know the last time I used mine.
Yeah.
I think that was 2 or 3 apartments ago.
Yeah, I use mine. I don't know, once or twice a month. I would say at this point. Whenever I want frozen drinks, is typically when I break it out. But yeah, so I just had a fucking mudslide and kind of buzzing a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, after one mudslide. Although I did kind of make it a little strong, but you know, well, fuck it. Sunday can't. What's that? The Sunday scaries aren't gonna scare me.
Don't let Monday ruin your Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try and say. That's
did a very poor job of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just suck at it apparently.
Yes, yes you do.
You know what I don't suck at though? It's weightlifting.
Well, now that you're finally recovered from multiple years of overtraining.
Right. So yesterday was the competition that we had been talking about on a few episodes now. So if you've been listening for a while, or if you're new to this, welcome. But I just had my first weightlifting competition in over 3 years yesterday. And it went pretty well. I coached Monster Chris in the morning on the session before mine. So we were going through that. We're also, stay tuned, we're going to probably talk a little bit more about that hopefully soon. We're going to try and set something up, maybe do a little swap cast with Chris and Teddy and their podcast and our podcast, and we'll figure something out. So I coached Chris in the morning. He did really well. He went 5 for 6. He almost hit his last clean and jerk to go 6 for 6. But it didn't matter because he still took first place in his division. He was in the Masters division of men's 40. Although I think he just got first as Masters in general. He qualified for the American Open. He did fucking great. He crushed it. Then I had my session was after that. So I'm warming up, and everything feels so fucking light, so smooth. Snatches are going, I'm fucking smoking weight. I had announced that I was going to open at 85 kilos, which for those of you guys that don't know what that is, just do times 2.2, or the easy way also is double the number and then add 10%. So 85, I don't fucking know.
186?
Yeah, what's 85 times 2? It's doubled.
170?
170 plus 17.
187.
187. So it's 187 pounds what I was opening for on the snatch. And then they felt so fucking good, we bumped up to 90. So I opened at 90, smoked it. In my second lift at 95, smoked it. My third attempt was at 100, nailed it. I got one red light. So in weightlifting, there's 3 judges. They just look for, like, your arms can't bend and all. There's a list of rules. You guys don't really care, but if you do, you can fucking Google it. So there's 3 judges. You need to get a majority of white lights in order to be a good lift. So on my third attempt on my snatch for 100 kilos, I got 2 out of 3 white lights. So it counted and nailed it. Went 3 for 3 on the snatch. Feeling fucking good. Flying high, going off. I got this.
Well, it's good because especially with 100 on the snatch, you basically just needed to trip and fall,
right,
kick over the fucking bar on the clean and jerk, and you would have qualified.
Absolutely. So my opener was on the clean and jerk was 115 kilos. So I'm warming up. We had a little bit of confusion warming up because like the platforms were filled and different sessions, whatever. I like moved over to a different warm-up platform. It wasn't that big of a deal. So I'm going. Again, we'll get more into this when we get Chris on again. I felt a little bad because Chris was kind of like running around a lot. Like he actually told me after, he goes, "Bro, that's only the second time I've ever coached someone in a weightlifting competition." And I was like, "Wow, like you did pretty good for like your second time ever." or like even first time in a couple of years or whatever it was exactly that he said, I forget, but it had been a while and he hadn't done it a lot. And I was like, honestly, man, like you did pretty well. We had different styles, but you know, we made it work. And so I'm warming up in the clean and jerks. Everything's feeling good too. We got a little bunched up at the very end of my warm-ups. There's like people moved around numbers, things happened, and it was a little bit rushed, but it was fine. Made it work. Go all for my opener at 115. Smoke it. Like easy clean, easy jerk. Nailed it. Go back over, sit down. Next attempt is 120 kilos, which I've hit in your gym before. I think I hit it twice in your gym, just randomly working out. So, bar gets up to 120, I get up. So this time, like I have my whole little thing that I do. Like I sit there in the chair, I listen to music, I have my fucking shirt over my shoulders, trying to keep me warm, whatever. I got my whole thing that I do. I got my water with me. And I tell Chris or whoever my coach is, like, I'm here, I'm not paying the fuck attention to anything because my music is going. So whenever they announce my name, that it's my lift, just tap me on the shoulder. That's all I ask for. So 120 gets to the bar, Chris taps on my shoulder, I stand up, I walk over to the chalk bowl, I chalk up, ready to go, walk out on the platform, hit my lift. Some other dude starts walking on the platform. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? His coach runs over and goes, hey, this isn't your lift. And I was like, are you sure? Now, I couldn't hear anything because I had my headphones in. Chris runs over to the judges table and says, what the fuck? Like, you just called Jared Mello. Like, it's his lift. And this coach for this other team that I'm not going to say who it is, but he goes, no, this is my guy's first attempt. This is his opener. This is your second attempt. And I was like, I was getting frustrated. And I was like, can we figure this the fuck out right now? Whose fucking lift is it? So to the announcer's credit, Dennis Reno, he's like fucking 117 years old.
What's up, Dennis?
He's a good guy. He was spot on. He didn't miss a beat. He looked right at this other coach and goes, this is Jared Mello's lift. It's not your guy's lift. Chris, who was there, looked at this guy's opening attempt. He was opening at 123. 120 was on the bar. So Chris is like, this isn't even the weight that your guy is lifting. Like, what the fuck are you doing? So I'm fucking pissed off. This guy's trying to walk on the platform. I'm like, what are we doing here? Dennis goes, this is Jared Mello. So then we finally get things settled. I walk out on the platform. I have 22 seconds.
Wait, was the clock running through all of this?
Yes. So for those of you that don't know weightlifting, when they the second they announce your name and the platform is cleared, like if they have to change the weights, you have a 1 minute clock. So you have 1 minute to complete the lift. Through this entire argument, the clock is still running. So we get everything figured out. I have 22 seconds left on my clock. So I walk out, I go to hit the clean, and I jump back like 6 fucking inches and I miss the clean. Now, I lose my cool, admittedly. I'm so fucking frustrated because I know that I can hit 120 and I just missed the clean like a fucking bitch. So I'm already pissed off, I'm aggravated. I rip off my belt that I'm wearing and I fucking hum it across the platform into the chair that I was sitting on. And I look at the other coach who fucking jumped in front of me with his lifter and goes, figure your fucking shit out. This is fucking bullshit. And I just absolutely just lose my cool. I snapped. I was so fucking mad. Wasn't my best moment. Definitely wasn't my best moment. Like, kind of made an asshole out of myself. So I'm fucking stewing over this. And so I go and I'm like, all right, dude, like, calm the fuck down, get your shit together. Let's go right the ship. So I go over, I grab the belt, I put the belt back on, you know, just loosely, and I sit back in my chair. So again, in weightlifting, if you are following yourself after a missed attempt or a made attempt. If there's no one else to lift that weight, you have 2 minutes on the clock. So because I missed it, he was the next lifter at 123, so I had to go again at 120, so I got a 2-minute clock to wait. So I'm sitting there in the chair trying to like calm myself down. And so like a minute and a half goes by, there's 30 seconds left on the clock. I get up, hit the chalk bowl, walk out on the platform, and I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. You hit this, you're strong as fuck, let's fucking nail it. I pulled so hard on the clean, and I leaned a little bit too far backwards, and I caught the bar in the hole on my heels, and I fell backwards with it. Like I held it for like a second and a half, and then just felt myself sliding back, and fell and missed the lift again. And I was so fucking mad. I was ridiculously pissed off. I fucking stared down that guy the entire way, like off the platform and back over. I was just fucking livid, because he is a fucking idiot. He was a fucking idiot. Like, how are you a coach and you don't even know what your athlete is opening at?
Well, here's the deal. How are you going to walk on the platform when it doesn't... all you have to do is follow instructions.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was the only person at that competition named Jared Mello. So when Dennis said, okay, and the lifter is Jared Mello at 120 kilos, I'm pretty sure that means it's me, not your fucking guy.
Yep.
So, all in all, outside of that little snafu, again, I did kind of make an asshole of myself, but, you know, it's whatever. I'm very competitive when it comes down to things like that. Any kind of sports and stuff, like I just flip the switch. Like I just become fucking ruthless. But I feel like you have to be. Like if you want to be like really good at something, and you don't have the ability to flip the switch and become like a killer essentially. Like I don't know. I just feel like that you're never gonna be that great.
It's really a hyper-focused thing.
Yeah.
And depending on how you display that.
Right.
Because people will display it differently. Like you'll get some people who they don't think about anything, but they're focusing away from the minutia and shit like that, and that's how they focus in. Obviously, if we're comparing different sports here, it wouldn't help me to be a fucking crazy person on the golf course.
Right.
Because all I'm going to do is make a very bad swing and probably hit it a mile, whatever.
Right.
But what I'll do is, when I'm starting to like feel it a little bit, or if I really like a number on a ball, I'll be talking to someone. I go, oh yeah, and when I hit this 4 feet from the hole, it's going to be fucking great. And like I'll get kind of like that.
Yeah.
And like I did that at Sandwich, and the guy who was caddying for me, he was trying to be like, I had the number. I was like, I had the number, I had the lie, because it was a hole where in the practice rounds, I fucked it up by hitting to a downslope, and I wasn't able to get that ball on the green. And I was talking to the guy, Tom, and I was like, I shot the number, I grabbed my club, I go, Tom, I'm going to hit this fucking in there. It's all just nice, easy, whatever. I go, no, there's no nice, there's no fucking easy, there's no relaxed.
Tucking this
I go, I'm throwing this bitch in there.
Yeah.
And then he didn't say anything after that. Be it I didn't throw it in there all that tight.
Yeah.
Hit the birdie putt though. Hit a bomb.
Nice. But yeah, like I feel like if you're ever going to be really good at something, especially in sports, like you have to be able to have that killer instinct. Like you have to be able to flip the switch. And like that's not me. Like I don't just fly off the handle and get angry about shit. Like I almost never really get angry. Unless I'm playing sports. Sports kind of pulls it out in me because I'm super fucking competitive and I hate losing. But you know, I actually also like am the complete opposite too, where you would think so. Like while I'm waiting to go on the platform, like the music that I'm listening to is like almost like zen. Like I don't listen to like fucking Slipknot and like Avenged Sevenfold and like all this fucking like hardcore heavy music. Like right before I lift, I'm listening to like Jack Johnson and like Trevor Hall. And yesterday, my big thing was Dermot Kennedy, who's this. I joke around. Liz is the one that showed him to me, and I joke around. I'm like, I call him Ed Sheeran light because he kind of sounds like Ed Sheeran, and he's also Irish. But like, I was listening to him. He has a song called "Power Over Me." I literally listened to it on repeat, like while I was hitting my actual attempts. Like during the warm ups, I was listening. I got Dave and all those guys going. But like while I'm waiting to get onto the competition platform, I have that one song on repeat the entire time, and like that's what I'm doing. Like I'm trying to like keep myself calm and focused and in the zone rather than like get all fucking anxious and like jacked up to like go out there and then just fucking miss a lift. Because what happened when I got jacked up, when I got fucking angry about the second clean and jerk, I missed it. And then what happened after that is I couldn't get myself back in mentally. Like I couldn't rein back in, and then my third attempt on the clean and jerk, missed it. Because I wasn't focused, I wasn't calm, I was fired up and tried to be a fucking prick about it and be like, well, I'm gonna show these fucking assholes, I'm gonna fuck them, you know what I mean? Instead of being like fucking, I don't know, like a smooth fucking criminal.
Alright, Alien Antoine.
Yeah, but like that's what I have to do. I can't listen to like heavy, crazy shit. Like I have to keep myself calm and in the zone.
Well, most people fuck that up because you don't want to get really, really, really high like that.
Right.
Like on whatever.
There's a
whatever
thing.
level.
I remember in sports psych when I took that in undergrad. There's a curve. I forget the name of the guy that did it, but he did a study, and it's called like so and so's curve. And it's like the arousal level.
Yeah.
And you want to have like your peak arousal is like in the middle, because if you get too high, shit falls apart, and if you're too low, you don't have enough juices going, so you want to be right in the middle.
So I don't know what, I'm sure it's there in weightlifting somewhere. I don't know if it's as popular. But like in the golf swing, what everyone likes to think when they're trying to develop speed or whatever, what actually happens is a pattern of the body going from relaxed to like a thump or an impulse at impact, and then relax again. Mm-hmm. So, and I fucked around with it because when I was doing some swing speed stuff, it's like, okay, I'm gonna really get this one.
Oh yeah.
And it was always less than when I relaxed, tried to thump it at impact, and then relax. So actually, I need to relax all the way through because I can't time out the pulse or the impact or the impulse, whatever. Mm-hmm. I can't time it the right way, so I actually can't do it. But if I don't think about it, or if I don't try to do it, it does happen. So I have to assume that Olympic weightlifting has got to be the same way because it is so technique dependent.
Absolutely.
Especially with the snatch, where to a certain point you can just muscle a snatch, mm-hmm. and you can just get it up there by any means necessary.
Yeah.
But by any means necessary doesn't always work because you
have to be in position.
Yeah, but you're also judged on the execution of the lift. It's not get the bar from the ground over your head. It's get the bar over your head with locked out elbows and stand up with it to like full.
Right.
So clean and jerk, you can get away with a touch more because it's not as technical. But still, it's like if one thing goes off, or if your timing is off just a touch, mm-hmm. Or I know Mitch tried to talk to you about hip position, but like if you normally pull from X hip position and you're a touch higher or a touch lower, you're gonna fuck the whole thing up.
Right. So I ended up 4 for 6. So 3 for 3 in the snatch, 1 for 3 in the clean and jerk. Thank God I hit my fucking opening clean. Like I'm actually looking back, like we almost moved up my opener to 120, but I said, you know what, I'm just gonna hit 115 just to get a number, and then we're gonna go yippee-ki-yay. And looking back on it, like that was the best decision.
Well, you said that, so as long as you stuck to it.
Yeah. Because I didn't do that in the snatch. I planned to open at 85 in the snatch, but because everything felt so good, I opened at 90. I bumped it up 5 kilos. So I was going to do the same thing with the clean and jerk, But I was like, you know what? I already smoked the snatch. I already got way more than I needed. I snatched 100, and I'm just gonna hit 115, and then we'll have some fun. And thank God I fucking stuck to it. So, like I said, I ended up with a 215 total, which was good enough for second place.
So would have 5 kilos.
Yes, yeah. So it turns out that extra 5, even if I went 115, 120, 125, and hit 125.
10 kilos.
I would have been 225. The guy who got first place totaled 252. Yeah. So I wasn't getting first place.
No.
But it felt really nice to take over 3 years off of competing, and then leading up to this, lift about once a week for about 6 to 8 weeks out.
Well,
and then
Olympic lift once a week. Because you were still squatting.
Yes, yeah. So even in the 3 years, like I've still always squatted and deadlifted and done other stuff. Like when I say lift once a week, I mean Olympic lift. So it's nice to just do that and then show up total 215, which is 13 kilos less
What was your
than
highest?
my previous.
What was your highest ever? I know you were just about to say.
Not
I know
in,
you cut
not
it.
in competition.
No competition.
In competition, my highest
in
total
one
was
one competition.
228.
Okay.
So I totaled 215. I was 13 kilos off of.
Were you gassed up for 228?
No, I never competed while I was gassed.
Oh, okay.
Because of that, well, I just didn't want to have to ever deal with.
Is
that.
there random testing at like? So
not
you're moving on to the American Open.
Yes.
So at the American Open, do they random test?
They can, yeah.
They can.
They test the top 3. They test the podium.
Always.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they test 2 randoms.
The randoms.
Yeah. So
AKA the kid who put on 40 fucking K in 6 months. It's like, huh.
Or anybody that listens to this podcast that works for USAW. I promise. I mean, I guess this doesn't mean anything, but I promise I'm not gassed up right now.
Yeah.
If I was, I would have hit way more than 215.
I would hope so.
Because at my peak, I clean and jerked 150, and I snatched 110. So I totaled 260. So that's my best like training
untested.
Total. Untested.
Yeah.
Not in a competition. But again, I never competed while I was gassed because I just didn't want to do it because it just felt unright to me. Like what am I?
Well,
I'm gonna go out.
Not.
I'm gonna go out and win, and not get tested because it's a local meet, and then everyone. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't.
Well, then you'd have to. So then, if you do it in the local, well, also then it's like if you did it in the local meet, then you move on. Then it's almost like, what are you gonna do? Not compete? So if you like, let's say.
And then it starts to look a little.
I would say you won this past week.
You're totaling huge numbers at local meets, and you're never competing nationally. What you know, like that's a dead giveaway.
It's the same guy who puts in no scores all year.
Yeah.
Then gets into like a best ball tournament or something and goes out there and shoots 70, 78. It's like, you're fucking lying about your scores.
Right.
Or like the dude who's a 5 handicap who can reliably shoot under par. It's like, dude, we all know.
Yeah. So, you know, it's whatever. But I'm never, I mean, I don't want to say never, but again, it's highly fucking unlikely that I'll ever get close to those numbers again. Because I was
228?
No, 260.
Oh, 260. Yeah, no.
Because I was 23, 24 years old and fucking gassed to the gills. Like, I'm not going to get that from 27 to fucking 35.
No, that's why I asked you what your competition.
Lifting once a week.
That's why I asked you what your competition was.
Yeah. So
in one competition, because I didn't care. It's like, oh, well, one time I snatched all this, and then one time I clean jerked all this.
Yeah, no, my highest total in a competition.
Hey, one time I have a drive of 330 too, but like, it's 250.
Yeah. So if I had hit that 120, it would have put me at 220 for a total, and I would have been 8 kilos off of my best fucking total.
It really goes to show you how fucking.
You don't need to lift 6 days a week.
It actually almost undermines strength and conditioning to an extent.
Yeah.
Because you have to do something.
Right.
And what you do has to be designed well and intelligent and backed by something. You can't just fucking do whatever the fuck you want when you want.
Right.
But you definitely don't need as much as you think you need.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Like, you do not need 6 days of Olympic lifting. You do not need to snatch 3 or 4 times a week.
Nope. once a week.
I don't know, and I don't know if powerlifting's any different, just because
that's more of a grinder sport.
It is.
Like, you grind those lifts out. You can't grind out. You can grind out the clean, but that's it. You can't grind out the jerk. You can't grind out the snatch.
No. I would say, I think powerlifting you can get away with a little bit more reckless means.
Yeah.
But even powerlifters are smart enough to know it's like if they're deadlifting like real weight, and I mean real fucking, not 500 pounds.
Like
not
700-800 pounds.
I'm thinking 8 plus.
Yeah.
They know they can only deadlift like once every 10 days or something.
Right.
Like every other week.
Right.
Whatever it is. But it just goes to show you truly how little you probably need.
Yeah. And how
with a base,
like,
with a base.
Yes.
If you don't have a base,
yeah.
Like if I wanted to like do Olympic lifting, first of all, I would be able to tolerate a little bit more because I've never actually competed and I've never actually trained in it.
Right.
So I'd be able to tolerate more at first. But I would need to do more to get to a certain point. But then once you're at a certain point, you don't need to do a ton.
Right. Like, I'm 27 years old and I've been Olympic lifting since I was 19. So I've been competing in the sport.
Minus 3 years.
I took 3 years off, but for 8 years, you know, like, I know how to snatch. I know how to clean and jerk. Like, I'm not going to forget at this point.
Yeah.
Clearly, because yesterday I did pretty well. So, second place, pretty fucking solid. And I qualified for the American Open in my first competition back. Completely
we kind of knew that, though.
Clean and natural. All natty.
Natter days.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it felt good. I'm not proud of my, like, mini meltdown. But, you know what?
Kyle.
Fuck you.
Like my boy Kyle had the meltdown at the qualifier.
Yeah, if someone's really, like, not cool with that, like, fuck you. Like, I care. Like, sorry for caring. Like, if I literally just was like...
Well, so I will also say the theme of your meltdown, now you would have been a complete bitch had it been, you just made me miss my lift. But you were like, dude, what the fuck are we doing here? Can we, like, get our shit together?
That's literally what I said.
So, I mean, if you're not proud of it, fine, whatever. I condone every action anyway. Unless it's completely cunty.
Right.
But,
right.
Like, I'm good with, like, dude, can you get your shit together, man? Because it's the same way as just calling someone out. Yeah, okay, was it a little bit more public? Sure, but you, like, let a dumbass know he's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, if he's going to be a dumbass, let him know in front of everybody. Because you go to a math meeting, it's like, hey, man, you know, that was kind of, I didn't really like the way you handled that.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, sorry, bro. And then it's like, move on with your life. I don't know who this guy is either. You haven't told me, and I know you're not saying it on the air, so I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
If it's someone I know, whatever, but probably not.
No.
I would say I don't know enough Olympic lifting peeps, but...
it's a very small community. That was the other thing, is like, I ran into people that
and everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Literally, everyone was like, what are you doing here? Like, I haven't seen you in years. It's like, yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, just here to hang out.
And then a bunch of people were like, are you competing? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to give it a whirl.
Give it the old college try, see what we can drum up here.
Yeah, I was talking to one kid that I had just met for the first time, and we were in the weigh-in line, and I was like, just talking to him, and he lifts for Providence Barbell Club, who I know the guys that run that.
Okay.
So we were talking, he's like, oh, how do you know those guys? And I was like, oh yeah, like back in the day, like when I was coaching and lifting and everything, like we used to link up at all the national meets and everything. And like, I realized after I said that, like that's kind of a douchey thing to say. We like, oh, I know them from the national meets because we used to coach like good lifters, whatever. But it doesn't matter.
It's not because it's true.
Yeah. We had a really good team. When we had our team going, like we were pretty good.
Well, but that's the thing. It's like, how do you know them?
Right.
Like it's the same thing. If someone asks me, it's like, okay, how do you know like this person, this person, this person? It's like, oh, so I actually qualified for the mid-am one year.
Right.
Oh, hey, you qualified for the mid. Sorry,
yeah.
Dude, you asked.
Right.
You asked how I knew the person. The way I know the person is this.
Right.
It's, how do you know those people? Hey, you know, I've coached them before at these events.
Mm-hmm. So
unless you want to just be like, yeah, I coached them before.
Yeah. So I was talking to him in line, and he was like, yeah, like it's great. Like I've been competing now for like 2-3 years with these guys. He's like, I'm just really trying to, my goal today is to like qualify for the American Open. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. Like good for you. And we started talking, and I was like, yeah, this is my first competition in over 3 years. Like, honestly, like, I kind of just want to post a total. Like, I'm going to shoot for the American Open, but, like, I'll be happy to, like, not bomb out. And, like, we start laughing or whatever. And it turns out I go out and I fucking come in second place.
Again, it's well, because it's one of those things where it's like everyone expects you to like that was true. That's what you said here. We have it on record.
It is.
You were gonna try to post a total. You were pretty confident that you were gonna qualify.
Right.
The idea was snatch as much as you can and then hit a number to qualify, and that was the plan.
I didn't know what my competition was gonna be either. There were 10 people in my session, so there were 9 other lifters that I was going against, which in weightlifting is relatively small. Like, typically a session's anywhere between like 12 and 18. Like, once you get more than 18 people in a session, it's a massive fucking session. But yeah, we had 10 in ours, so it's on the smaller side, but still, I mean, second place is second place. It counts.
Yep. Well, it's like, again, same thing. Like, again, I'm just going to keep drawing parallels here and make some comparisons. It's like, this is your first event, and I shot even par and finished first.
Yeah.
It's like, first event, huh? It's like, I don't know what you want me to tell you, man.
Yeah. Like.
Or it's like, why didn't you play? It's like, you've only played like last year and this year. I was like, yeah. They were like, why? I go, my handicap wasn't good enough. I go, I wasn't eligible, so you have to be a certain level.
Right.
Oh, really? It's like, yeah. And you made the mid-am? I'm like, it's not my fucking fault.
Right. I just played well.
I just fucking played okay.
Right.
Made some putts. Didn't get in much trouble. It happened. Like, yeah, I had it going that day.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nice to be back. I don't know when my next competition's gonna be.
It's gonna be the Arnold's, or are you gonna do something in between?
I don't know. We'll see.
If I were you,
I might try and pick something in the fall.
I would do something in between, and I would take the exact same strategy you took right now.
Yeah.
Because when you go, so I would go in the way I would look at it. Go to the Arnold's. Hey, I'm just happy to be here. It's like, this is sweet. Like,
that's my plan. Is honestly, it's 2 birds and 1 stone. Like, I get to go to the Arnold's and like enjoy like all the events that are going on at the Arnold's, and then by the way, I get to lift at the Arnold. Like, how fucking cool of a story is that? Be like, yeah, I lifted at the fucking Arnold Sports Festival.
And then with that, it's like you just set reasonable expectations. Be like, okay, what's a number that's I'm okay with, and I won't feel as though I'm a fucking embarrassment.
Right.
Like, what number is okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, you got 215 today. Let's not do the coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right.
So say you do another competition and you actually get the 220. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, 225. You know, it's a good enough number. It's not fucking national level, world class.
Right. It's not.
The Olympics aren't calling me. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's none of that crap, but it's like, I'm okay with that number, and then you get out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be good. I think that's the plan. I'll probably do one in the fall. I gotta find one, or maybe we can hold one. But that's the thing. If we do a competition, I'm not competing in it.
Why?
Because it's too much work.
Oh, to run it and
lift in it. That's because like one of those would suffer, or both of them would suffer really, and like neither one would be that great. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Is it lucrative to hold one?
Yes, very much so. There's also potentially an announcement to be made soon as well, so stay tuned. We'll see. Might be something in the works.
That kind of foreshadowing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'll do one in the fall probably if I can find a good one, and then
I'll coach for you at the Arnold.
Go on the Arnold. Yeah. I think so. You know what's really funny is, so obviously Matt, friend of the show,
everyone's gonna want to coach for you.
Is trying to qualify as well for the American Open. So Matt's still in the sport, like very much so. He lifts every day.
Nerd.
Loser.
Flawed strategy, Matt.
Lifted every day. And then
you need to cut that down by about 6 to 7 times.
So now that I have qualified, Matt's trying. Derek wants to throw a hat in the ring. Derek's like, oh, what are the qualifying totals? And so I took a screenshot of it and sent it to him, and he goes, giddy up, let's fucking go. I'll pick a meet, do it, and then we'll all go to the Arnold's together. We'll get the band back together.
#IronRx. Well, so that's the best thing, honestly. Like the IronRx, I know the IronRx thing's dead as a company, but like it could actually be a really entertaining. Like idea to keep alive.
Oh yeah, yeah. just show up like once a year at the Arnold's or like some national meet and be like, oh, what's up, bitches?
What's the Iron RX? Oh, the Iron RX. Oh, great. The guys who have regular jobs, they're old. They don't actually do anything anymore.
They're back.
And so, like, I'm here lifting 6 days a week. I'm eating fucking food that smells like shit out of the microwave all the time. I have adrenal fatigue. A bag full of supplements. And these guys are just showing up.
These guys show up. You know what I ate yesterday after I weighed in? That granola over there, which I want to say, this would be a phenomenal fucking sponsor. It's called Purely Elizabeth Granola. It's their sea salt and peanut butter one.
If you want
chocolate.
If you want to sponsor us, I'll put the bag on the table.
The hands down the best granola I've ever had in my entire life. Check it out. Purely Elizabeth, sea salt, chocolate, and peanut butter. Granola. Phenomenal. So I'm eating that out of the bag. I pull a fucking banana out of my backpack. So like I weigh in, eat the banana, have some granola. Then I ate, because I went to the fresh Daily Snatch, the fucking place near our house, the deli, the butcher shop. I call it the Snatch. And then
for a non-weightlifter, you're sure really showing some weightlifting tendencies.
So I bought one of the Reese's cookies.
Those are so good.
They're delicious.
They're so good.
So I ate half of a Reese's cookie, and then I lift in between my snatch and my clean and jerk because we get a 10-minute break. I eat the rest of my Reese's cookie. I bought a piece of chocolate banana bread from the snatch. Ate that. Had a perfect bar. Drank a fucking coconut water. And then like had some fucking seltzer. Like I was literally the biggest fucking asshole.
Okay, I was just about to say, because if I'm confused and people are definitely confused, all 7 of them listening.
Yeah.
Or 50. What is normal food?
So like people will make like Chris, for example, ate like steak tips and rice. And like there's like people walking, everyone has fucking Tupperware.
Okay.
They're all eating like ground turkey and peppers or turkey and rice or some sort of.
Oh, so like, just your typical food prep food.
Yeah, and I'm over there eating like a fucking asshole. Like not eating actual real food. I'm snacking, essentially, is what I'm doing. Okay. And I'm just stuffing my face. Because the way I looked at it too.
Because honestly, outside of the cooking and the banana bread thing, like those are a little weird.
Yeah.
But it's like when I'm on the fly, like, hey, weird, do I play golf? It's always like random shit like that. It's like this random bar and a banana and.
But I looked at it too
from that's really weird.
The science side of it, whereas I eat almost zero carbs.
Is this the Ed Braun technique?
I know. The carbs that I do eat during the week typically are from vegetables, so they're like bitch carbs. You know, it's like fiber and shit.
Complex carbs.
Yeah, it's broccoli and cauliflower, asparagus. It's dumb shit like that. And so I run on pretty low to no carb. So I was like, well, if I'm prepping for this competition, I might as well just fucking load up on carbs because my body doesn't really ever get to use them.
Simple.
So now I'm gonna just fucking load up and then crush it, and it worked. Felt fucking great. So
I know bodybuilding isn't your thing, but do you ever hear about the people who drink like a can of Coke before they go on the stage?
Yeah.
Just to like fill the muscles with glycogen? Is that like the kind of the idea?
Same idea.
Because you know they're on like the lowest of low carbs, sitting there fucking miserable.
Yep.
And it's like, give them one of those, which first of all, their body is probably throwing a fucking party inside. Fucking pool party in the fucking large intestine. It's like, and then.
Holy shit, we have sugar.
Yeah, so then it's like things start pumping where they're not supposed to pump. Like, things are throwing fists to fucking Raven there. Everyone's on Molly and it just dropped.
Yeah.
Fucking. I was like, it's gotta be similar idea.
Yeah, no.
Your body must have been so happy.
That's what I was going for, yeah. And then also, because I take a ketone salt supplement as well. So I took the ketone salts in the morning. I take them almost every morning when I wake up. And, so I took that too before my competition. So, and then I took it again in the in-between. So I was pumping on all kinds of fucking ketones and carbs and sugar. So my body was fucking fueled and ready to fucking go. Like, I felt fucking great. I literally have not felt that good on a competition outside of like not really being able to eat or drink until I weighed in at 11 o'clock. But after that, I felt fucking phenomenal.
I wonder if I should fuck with something like that. I would have to time it out a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, beginning, so let's just say by the time warm up, would you eat before or after warm ups? Both.
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 Yeah. Yeah, a little before, during.
When is so from the beginning of your warm ups to the end of your lifting, how much time usually goes by? In a 10-person meet, for example, this past weekend.
So I weighed in at 11. I lifted at 1 o'clock. I started warming up at 12:30-ish.
So we're talking about like a half hour of true work.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, 4.5 hour round of golf's a little different.
My session finished at, we'll call it 2:30-ish. 2:33. So about 2 to 2.5 hours.
That's not bad.
No.
Actually, so one big thing that golfers always bitch about is losing focus towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
Something high carb, say on the 12th, probably on the 12th hole, so that you have it by the 14th.
Yeah.
That would probably be a decent idea, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thinking out loud right there.
Yeah. So
there's, right, I'm gonna start. Well, not
again without getting like super nerdy and everything too. Like I know.
I mean, I'm asking the question.
Banana. So people know that fruits have a lot of sugars.
Yeah.
However, the caveat is bananas are the one fruit that are digested very slowly. So there actually was a method to the madness of eating the banana.
Yeah, you want to eat those early on.
Yeah, so I ate the banana literally right after I weighed in. So like, yes, it's sugar, but it also is going to take a while to digest.
Yep.
And it's going to be slower to absorb because of whatever the fructose fucking molecule dimensions. I don't fucking know.
Plus fiber has an influence.
Yeah. So there's for whatever reason, bananas are like the one fruit that's not like a super quick spike of sugar versus like blueberries or strawberries or something like that, you know, or apples. So again, the banana was on purpose. So I tried, even though I was eating like shit, there was a method to it. There was a reason for it.
Well, this goes to when we were in college. This is beautiful about the exercise science program at Bridgewater. One of the longest standing professors there.
Yeah.
He used to say, he's like, all right, so after a workout, the big thing is glycogen repletion, so you want to get that sugar back in your body. Does your body know the difference between fruits and vegetables and cake and candy? And everyone's like, yeah, it's fruits and vegetables. That's like good stuff. You want to eat that because this is, exercise science.
Yeah.
He goes, nope, cake and candy, same thing. He goes, they're all the same. Body doesn't know the difference.
Which, I mean, he's not wrong, but
he's not right either.
Exactly. There's more to it.
He's not wrong, but he's definitely not right.
Yeah.
Either. You can be both.
There are other things involved, like you said, with fiber and stuff like that, like the structure,
the actual molecule.
Because
the type of sugar.
Right, you're looking at fructose and sucrose versus probably just glucose or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so there's more to it than that. But I mean,
never mind the quantity of it. Takes you longer typically to eat fruits and vegetables. Doesn't take you all long to eat fucking cake and candy.
Right.
Gone.
Absolutely. So yeah, it was overall solid day. It was good stuff. Oh, that was the other thing. When I weighed in at 79.3 kilos. I lifted in the 81 kilo class, so I was almost 2 full kilos under where I needed to be.
Yeah, 4.5 pounds.
So the conversion of that is 174.5 pounds.
Is that less than you weighed after the weigh-in?
That's the lightest I've been in years. I have not weighed under 175 pounds in years.
So not only did you not lift weights or not Olympic lift train for 3 years, you rolled into a competition, finished second, qualified.
Yeah.
And then you really didn't do anything nutrition-wise outside of probably 3 days out.
Right.
Or so week of, you knew you weren't drinking.
Right. Yeah.
And then
no alcohol.
Probably 3 days out or so is really when you started making sure it's you really weren't having a lot of sugar, definitely definitely fiber.
Yeah.
And managing it that way.
Yeah.
And then day before you were crying at a picture of yourself or something. Oh no, that was you eating celery. Sorry, I confused the two in my head sometimes.
Yep, I was eating.
It was day before you knew, and you weighed less than the weight loss challenge.
Yes.
which was, you know, you were going all in on all these different efforts, whatever. So, moral of the story, boys and girls, just don't try as hard. The more you try, the less progress you make.
Do less, bro.
Do less. It's Kunu.
Yeah.
Don't try to pop up. Just do it. Now get back on the board. Too much. Get back down. Too much. Get back down. Okay, don't do anything. Do nothing. Well, you gotta do more than that. Now you're just boogie boy.
Oh, that's a great fucking movie. So now I'm thinking that if I really want to get back into weightlifting and compete and be competitive at a higher level, I would have to move down to the 73 weight class.
And you weighed in at 79, so that's
another 6 kilos.
6.1.
Yeah. So we're looking at another like
6.4.
13 to 14 pounds that I would have to lose.
Ugh.
Which would honestly be maybe 8 pounds to lose. So I would want to like walk.
And 4 pounds to manipulate.
And then 4 pounds to lose like the couple days before.
Yeah.
You know, because that's easy. Like I can lose 2 to 3 pounds overnight. Like that's easy for me.
Yeah. Do a fucking colon cleanse.
Right, exactly.
Or do a colon cleanse the week of and just keep an eye on it.
Well, the entire day on Friday, I didn't eat any food. The only thing I had was the equivalent of a half a gallon of water, 4 coffees, and 3 lips of tobacco.
Didn't you eat at night though?
I did.
You had like a steak, right?
I had a tuna steak for dinner.
That was a tuna steak?
Yeah.
I thought that was a regular steak.
Yeah, no, it was a tuna steak. It was probably 12 ounces. 12 ounces of tuna steak.
It looked to be approaching
celery and guacamole.
Yeah.
That was it. That's the only thing I had. And I fucking crushed it. I weighed in at 174 and a half pounds. So I guess 73 is, what is that? 146 plus 14. That's 160?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right. No, it does actually. 160.
73.
I think it's like 161 or 162 pounds.
Well, if it's 73, 146, 14.
14.
Yeah, 160.3.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah, 160. I knew there was a 3 in there. 160.3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would have to get to the lightest that I've been in even longer. I haven't been 160 pounds probably since I was 20.
I actually meant to weigh. I meant to weigh myself last Sunday.
Yeah.
And then weigh myself Friday morning just to see how it went.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I had to have lost like 6 pounds last week.
Yeah.
Had to have.
Yeah.
And I was going to Shaw's every fucking day to get more food.
Well, it's unintentional cutting season.
I was dying, dude. I was so fucking hungry all the time. And there was a little element of, well, I'm gonna be way less bitchy if I go and eat some more food.
Right. Well, you probably were less bitchy than I thought you were gonna be about the Open earlier.
Yeah, that's because I accepted that it was over at a very early point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so British Open's over. Shane Lowry won. Everyone's so happy for Ireland and him and all that happy bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm just pissed because now, again, we have a guy who has 1 PGA Tour win and 3 additional European Tour wins in about... that's over a span of 10 years.
Yeah.
So he won the 2009 Irish Open as an amateur. Then he probably won again in 2015, the Bridgestone.
Yep.
Won in 2018 some Eurobum event, and then won earlier this year in like Abu Dhabi or something.
Yeah, and now won the Open.
And now he won the Open. It's the same thing with Molinari. Like last year, he won his first. Now the only difference with Molinari is he was playing out of his fucking mind leading up to it. Like he had a win in Europe, a T2 or a 2 in the U.S., a win in the U.S. Leading into the British Open.
Right.
Then he went out and won. It's like players get hot. It happens. Roars did it a couple years ago where he won 3 straight events. Hasn't won since. We're also 263 days away from the Masters. Learned that today.
Sick.
Actually 262 by the time this comes out. Is this coming out tomorrow morning?
Yeah,
this
yeah. This will be
tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So it'll be 262 at the listening of this.
All right.
Which is fucking sucks. But yeah, I mean, dude, he shot 63 yesterday, or he shot 63 in round 3.
Yeah.
And then basically just did enough to not fuck it up. Like the entire
Everyone
field
had
moved
a tough
back,
day today.
and he shot 1 over. No one was shooting 5 under.
Right.
So.
Right. The weather was tough today.
Yeah, the weather got gross. He hit the shots that he needed to hit. There was even a putt at one point where I go, he's gonna fucking hit this, because Tommy Fleetwood was like making a little bit of a run, missed some early putts, really taking him out, but so he really never actually had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
He would have needed like a fucking combustion.
Yeah.
And then there was a putt. Tommy Fleetwood missed it, tapped it in. I go, this guy's gonna hit this putt, and then he buried it.
Yeah.
Because you just know.
Yeah.
It's just, you just get that feeling when you watch enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, this is going in. There's no way it isn't. So Koepka played okay. He played like, here I am. He finished T4, and I'm like, yeah, he played all right.
Yeah. I know,
It's insane how good that dude is.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I know.
Ricky Fowler did his best Ricky Fowler impression. Doing nothing good. Tony Finau was hanging around the leaderboard.
Yep.
Fleetwood. So Tony Finau and Fleetwood are now becoming almost the 2014 Ricky Fowler, where he finished top 5 in all 4 majors, but really never had a chance to win any of them.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, he's one of 4 guys to finish top 4, or now it's 5.
Yeah.
With Koepka today, he's one of 5 guys to finish top 5 in all 4 majors in a season. It's right. Jack Nicklaus, it's Tiger.
Tiger did it twice.
Jack may have also done it twice. Not sure. Rico, and one other guy that I can't think of.
Yeah. And now Tony Finau, right?
Did Finau do it? Koepka did it.
Oh, Koepka. Yeah. Koepka did it.
I wouldn't be surprised if Finau was top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he was up there. Like,
yeah.
You can go back and look.
Mm-hmm.
So Finau, they're becoming, him and Fleetwood are becoming that kind of guy where I just don't trust that either of them can win. Right. I just don't think they're that good.
Right.
Luckily, I mean, lucky for them, they're both young. Like, Fleetwood's only 28. Mm-hmm. Like, they can figure this shit out.
Yeah, Finau's what, 25?
He's got to be younger than that.
Yeah.
I think he's younger.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And then the young guns, none of them, didn't even hear from any of them.
Yeah.
It was all old dudes at the top.
Yep.
Westwood.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot. I don't have much to say, and I don't have much to bitch about because there just really wasn't a ton going on. It's like JB Holmes sucks. That'll be the biggest storyline coming out because everyone knows Shane Lowry just played well.
Right.
And he didn't have to any real adversity in the final rounds. Mm-hmm. He played well enough in the 3rd round to get away from everyone. No one really made a charge. Like, honestly, it was a tough viewing Sunday because nothing happened.
Right.
Now,
there were no major moves.
I will full disclosure, if you put Koepka in Shane Lowry's shoes, I would have said it was awesome because it's also in my rooting interest is in a little bit in dominant players.
Right.
So I like when dominant players win and previous winners win, and I think it's what the sport needs. So everyone fucking thinks I'm like crusty about it. It's like, dude, Shane Lowry winning is not good for the sport.
Right.
It's good for Ireland. It's good worldwide, but you need the U.S. to care.
Right.
And if the U.S. doesn't care, it's gonna be tough. And they don't care when fucking Europeans and South Africans win. They just don't.
Right.
They also don't care when nobody wins.
Yeah.
Like whatever's happening in the Barbasol right now, I don't even fucking know. Opposite field of men.
Yeah.
And it's why the women's game is so tough.
Right.
Because you look at a leaderboard, and like what Club Pro guy calls, he goes, looks like a pie gow table. Like, and that's what Hank Haney got suspended for. But the Koreans own the LPGA Tour.
Right.
And there's only a couple women that are up there. It's like Lexi Thompson is good. Nelly Corda is playing well. Jessica Corda, I don't know where she kind of stands. She had some surgery last year.
My girl is Mexican, right?
Maria Fassi, yeah, she's Mexican.
Yeah.
Cupcho is still young. We don't know what the hell is the deal with her. Like, I even saw the Solheim Cup. So the Solheim Cup is the Women's Ryder Cup for this year. And I was looking at who made the team for the U.S., and it's a really, really weak team.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because what I'm about to say kind of sucks, but Megan King is in like the 6th spot, and so Megan is a member at Harmon. So her father is there, like, doing his thing.
Yeah.
Seen her a bunch. So it's like, you know, rooting interest because it's like, wow, I've hit balls next to this girl. She's really good at hitting a golf ball too. Out there for hours. If you want to know why you guys suck at golf and these people don't, it's because she's on that fucking range for hours.
Yeah.
And she only hits a ball like every other minute.
Yeah.
Too. It's like she'll hit a ball and sit there for like 2 minutes and then hit another ball.
She's like a weightlifter.
Yeah. Yeah, air mattress in the corner.
Yeah.
But it's just tough. Again, so I look for dominance, and I look for dominance from people who win. If Rory won in the way that Shane Lowry won, it would be way better. And I know, forget the Ireland thing. Pretend this was played in Scotland. It's the same thing.
Right.
It's good for the game because he's a winner.
People, it's the name recognition.
You need
people
names.
People care about name recognition.
Yeah, and
that's why I've said it before on the show, but that's why NASCAR is dying out.
Yeah.
Because they're like, all those guys are like, Tony Stewart's gone, Jeff Gordon is gone, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is gone. Like, all of these guys are gone. Jimmy Johnson is old and doesn't win anymore. Like, there are no Kyle Busch. I don't even know if he still races, but like back in the day when I used to watch, like, there were dudes literally getting in fist fights. Like, Kyle Busch and Tony Stewart literally fist fought each other on fucking pit road because one of them spun each other out. And like, dudes used to fucking throw their helmets at cars. Like, they were personalities. And now
they were Ricky Bobby.
Right. And now everyone is like calm, cool, and collected, and like there's no big names anymore.
No, and that's like the one thing where everyone like looks at golf and it's like, oh, everyone's buddy, and it's like, dude, that's not good.
No.
Like, you need rivalries.
Right.
Like, when VJ was playing Tiger, it's like everyone was rooting against VJ.
Right.
Everyone wants Tiger to win.
Right.
It was the same thing with a couple other guys. I mean,
like Sergio, when Sergio was younger.
Oh God, no one liked Serge. He was so hateable.
Right.
But that's the other thing. The hateable people need to hang at the top and lose too.
Exactly.
That could help. Like, DeChambeau could get to the top and lose a bunch.
Right.
But like, everyone's just so like, ugh. That it's like you can't even get it. I also one. How fucking hot do you think New Hampshire Motor Speedway is right now?
Oh my God.
Because there was a race up there.
Oh yeah, there is. There.
I know someone who's going.
Yeah, it's.
I was like, hey, nice to know you.
I've been to that race a few times. I used to go to the one in September. We used to have like season fucking passes to the one in September. One year, I went to the one in July. Holy fuck, that was fucking hot.
Yeah.
And it gets even fucking hotter, like on the fucking track. And by the way, there's no cover.
No.
From the sun.
Nope.
There's nothing.
Nope.
So you're fucked. You're literally cooking.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot.
Yeah, good luck on those bleachers.
Yeah.
But I also think, I think part of this whole thing is some of these secondary sports, and I know I didn't even talk about this, is Sports Center.
Yeah.
No one likes Sports Center because the anchors blow.
Right.
Right? I think that's a huge part of it, right?
Also, you know what? They're biased, which, say what you want, but they're biased towards, I don't even want to say American sports, but like,
it is American sports.
Let me say
it's the 4 major sports in the U.S.
Let me get my point out, and then maybe this will make sense. So when I was at the gym last week, I was watching. SportsCenter was on one of the TVs while I was there, and they did the SportsCenter top 10. The number 3 play was a soccer match, and the dude was like had the ball going towards the net, kicked it up in the air over the defender, caught it on his other foot, transferred it back to his other foot, and then kicked it in for a goal. It was absolutely insane to like literally maneuver the ball up and over another player, catch it on your other foot, move it back to your dominant foot, then score a goal. You know what the number 2 play was?
Big 3 basketball?
No. It was a sliding catch in the outfield in the MLB. And then you know what the number 1 play was?
A home run?
someone who robbed a home run in the
Yeah,
outfield.
those are.
Like, are
so,
you shitting me?
You know what though? I will concede that. I will concede that because the point I'm going to try to make for the sports I'm going to try to make specifically, soccer. I don't know what to do about soccer. I don't have a solution. It's just not popular. It's too hard to know because again they have a name problem.
Right.
If you have names, people will watch, but you can't just buy David Beckham and get people. That's not it.
Right.
I don't know what is it, but when we were younger, and it was the week of the 4th of July, you put on SportsCenter, the first thing you're going to see is Wimbledon.
Yep.
And they're going to talk about Wimbledon a lot. And they're going to talk about a lot of the players, a lot of the matches, men, women, not really doubles, but they would talk about the men and the women.
Yep.
They would break down the matches. There'd be a lot of highlights. You would see these guys. So the Federer-Djokovic match, the final, that went a million sets, a million rounds, everything.
Yeah.
I bet you they didn't even talk about it because I will not watch SportsCenter. It's not
No,
TV.
I refuse to watch ESPN.
It's absolutely not
ESPN
TV.
sucks.
If they didn't have football, I would not watch ESPN ever.
Right.
Or the Par 3 for the Masters.
Yeah.
And there's no way they cover that the way they do. I know they don't cover golf the way they do. Because if it was British Open week,
you know what it was? The week of the 4th of July, instead of covering Wimbledon, I bet you all they did was cover NBA free agency. I didn't watch it, but I don't have to.
No, because I know what they talked about. They have Stephen A. and Max yelling at each other.
Yep.
About God knows what.
Yep.
And then it's like some goofy woman up there. Like when they used to have like Linda Cohn and stuff, like breaking down sports, like it was good.
Right.
It was like now it's like it's a fucking goofy shit. Like I go to the barber shop sometimes, I listen. It's like they make the host sound like an idiot on purpose.
Yes.
It has to be on purpose because there's no way people would act. It's so awkward. Like there's no way people would act like that.
Right.
Just normally. But if it was a big NASCAR race, they always put Daytona. They always put the Brickyard, the Indy. Like those were the things that they broke down and talked about. Right. And then they would get into baseball, and they wouldn't even talk about hockey, NFL, or NBA.
Right.
And it's like now you know they're going to be breaking down NBA all the time.
Yep.
They're going to be breaking down the NFL because we're getting close to training camp. Like the Tyreek Hill news would have been late.
Yeah.
That was probably the first thing they talked about when it happened. Which I don't want to get into.
No.
Okay.
I don't either.
But that's what used to happen. Like when I always tell the kids, I know I've said it before, I always say Tiger Woods was as big as LeBron James was.
Oh yeah.
Or is.
Yeah.
Like, really? I'm like, yeah. Well, they used to show him.
Right.
Like if he was in a tournament, if it was a Sunday after the tournament, Sunday night, Monday morning, it was about him.
Right.
It didn't matter what else happened. Right. Didn't matter if Barry Bonds was hitting home runs. It did not matter.
Right. The lead story was
Tiger Woods.
The second story was Barry Bonds just hit his 37th home run of the year. It's fucking May.
Yep. And but then you had like Ichiro and A-Rod and Pujols. Like you had people like it's like now I don't even know what the fuck they are doing.
No.
Now ESPN I won't watch, but it's even like even when I flip through Instagram, it's like I know mine's biased towards golf, but I'll see like NFL stuff and then, like all they're doing is like rankings and they're talking about the Madden rating. Like Madden rating was probably the biggest thing they talked about last week.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, I don't care.
Last week was Wimbledon.
Right.
That's what you should be talking about. And it's like I know it's not a popular sport, but it doesn't matter because Wimbledon is one of those things, like the Masters. If you get a chance to go, you go.
Absolutely.
And you pretty much like now. If you asked me to pay the prices secondhand, I would not.
No.
Because I don't care that much.
Right.
But if someone was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Wimbledon. You're coming with me for free. I didn't pay anything either. Or you owe me like $100 for that's what the tickets cost.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna go do our thing. You kind of have to go.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's the same thing with the Masters. And I know obviously I would actively pursue going. And if I ever saved up the money, I would pay the second hand to just go once.
Yeah.
It would be insane. But the sports don't get the coverage that they used to.
No. ESPN is awful. It's the reason why, and it's really unfortunate. I like the UFC. I'm a big UFC fan. I haven't watched one pay-per-view this year because it's on ESPN Plus now, and you have to subscribe to ESPN Plus and pay a monthly membership, and then you also have to purchase the pay-per-view, which I'm not doing that.
So you can't just buy the pay-per-view anymore?
I don't think so. I honestly, there might be a way now, but the way it was first described to me was like that, and then I was like, well, I don't care, I'm not looking into this because I hate ESPN and I'm not giving them money.
Yep.
You know, like, fuck, it's just, I don't want to do that. And it's really, like I said, it's really unfortunate and it's sad because I like the UFC, but I'm not subscribing to a monthly fucking plan with ESPN just so I can watch one pay-per-view a month. You know, like, I'll pay you $8 a month or $10 a month, whatever it is, and then pay you another $50 to watch the pay-per-view.
It's horrible, man.
Like, why can't I just pay the $50?
I'll just pay you $60 for the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
How about that?
Exactly.
James was saying the same thing. He I don't think he's the biggest fan, but he enjoys watching.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I got the ESPN Plus, had it a couple months, cancel it, get it back, whatever. He goes, then it's like I got the ESPN Plus and they want me to pay for it. It's like, why am I paying you for the ESPN Plus?
Yeah, exactly. So now what I do is I wait like a week or two, or you know, however long I wait if I get busy and forget. But then I just go on YouTube, and I YouTube, like it usually, like I said, usually takes about a week, and then you just YouTube like, you know, John Jones against Thiago Alves fight, UFC, whatever, 239, whatever it was, and then it pops up on YouTube and I watch it there. Like, again, I know what happens, obviously, because I'm following it, but I get to actually watch the fight in full for free, albeit it's like 2.5 weeks later, but I still watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I would much rather do that than give ESPN my money.
No, fuck that. I hate the model, and I hate the company, so.
Yeah. I was really hoping that they were gonna tank. They were in a real bad spot, like a year and a half ago. They were doing like massive layoffs, and then Disney bought them, and it saved their fucking asses. Or nah, no.
They already own them.
What happened first?
They already owned them.
Yeah.
Because they own ABC.
Yeah, something. Maybe ABC bought them first.
No, that had been years.
Yeah. Well, something happened, and they righted the ship. I don't know how they did it.
I mean, unless Disney bought ABC recently.
Yeah.
Because ABC has owned ESPN because like the college football.
Right.
ESPN on ABC. That's been like that for years now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if
Disney bought ABC maybe like 3-4 years ago.
I feel like that's about the same time that the ESPN thing happened.
Yeah. They were.
Yeah, it was probably more than that. No, they like when it was like Channel 5. This is ESPN. It's like no, this is ABC.
Right.
It's different.
Right.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like that could be like more than 10 years now.
Yeah, I'm really bad at gauging time and stuff like that.
I am too.
I'll think it was like, oh yeah, that was like 2 years ago, and then you look, like when movies come out, you're like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that came out like 2-3 years ago, and you look and it came out like 2007. You're like, holy shit, this was 12 years.
Yep.
I thought it was like 3 years ago. But yeah, I mean, I didn't hate. We've gone way far away from this, but I didn't hate the open Shane Lowry winning. I mean, like you said, it sucked. It wasn't exciting, but
yeah, it wasn't good for viewing.
I like the narrative of the Irish guy won in Ireland. That's cool, and then that's it. Like that's literally my take on it. Is the Irish guy won in Ireland? That's cool.
But it's also
there you go.
But here's the other. Now this is just the outside opinion, and I don't know how it is. The Northern Irelanders,
Irish.
They work so hard to be different, right?
Northern Irish people.
Northern Irish.
Yeah.
They work so hard to be different, right? It's
Yeah.
different countries.
Yeah.
One's not part, whatever. This guy ain't Northern Irish.
Right. Yeah.
So, because it's convenient,
right.
we'll adopt him as one of our own.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. There's probably a lot of regular Irish there too. Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, whatever. You want to wrap this up?
Yeah.
You got a final thought?
Yeah.
What you got?
In October,
Mm-hmm.
golf is bringing back a skins match, which is it's gonna be Tiger, Rory, Hideki Matsuyama, and Jason Day. They're playing in Japan.
Okay.
The week of a new tour event in Japan. that Tiger has committed to, so I assume he's getting many, many millions of dollars to play. Because that guy does not play fall golf. No. So, they've been doing fall golf for something like 14 years. He hasn't played one event. Now they add one in Japan and he's playing.
Yeah.
Yikes. How many zeros can you add to the end of that number? And now you got the skins match, which you just keep making zeros, sir.
Yeah.
So what a skins match is, and I've played these. It'll be interesting to see how much they're playing for.
Yeah.
And they used to do this from like the shit. I want to say like the 60s to like 2005, and they always used to be like some of the biggest names would go play, the four of them. And it would be a skins match, and a skins match is a certain dollar amount per hole. Okay. So let's just say for these guys, say it's 10 grand.
Okay.
If two guys par, basically, to simply put it, whoever wins the hole outright gets the money for the hole.
Okay.
So if someone birdies the first hole, one guy birdies,
yep.
Everyone else pars,
yep.
He gets 10 grand.
Okay.
If everybody pars, or two people birdie, because you need to win outright, the money rolls over. So now the second hole is 20.
Right.
If everybody pars that, the third hole is 30.
Right.
And if it keeps rolling like that, so you have to win the hole outright to get the money. So it can be a little fun, and sometimes putts can now all of a sudden be worth, $100,000 or whatever. It's like, hey, this 6-footer is worth 100 grand.
Yeah.
But, and then the other part is you're trying to keep the money going, because if someone's already, like, if you have two guys with par putts and two guys are out of it, and the first guy hits his par putt, now you want to hit that par putt to continue the purse. You don't want this guy to get all the money for it.
Right.
So I don't know how much they're gonna play for, but it's a fun format, and I know it won't pick up with casual fans.
Yeah.
Or it might. I don't know. Tiger's involved, but
that's why they're doing it. Like, anytime you try and do something big that's outside of the norm with golf, like if Tiger's not there, no one's gonna watch.
No casual people.
Right.
Like if you did this with Koepka, Dustin Johnson, say Spieth and Justin Thomas.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah. I would enjoy watching that.
Yeah. I probably would watch that.
But I think I think
Koepka.
What I think, because it's in Japan with the time difference, I think it's gonna be prime time.
Oh, right.
Because usually when those events go on, they're on at like 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
So obviously it'll be a friendly time for us to view, but I think it's gonna be prime time, which is awesome because primetime golf is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's way better than midday golf.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that could be like a fun thing. They got rid of that. Like they got what they used to do in the fall. They used to do like goofy shit. That's what they call it. It was like the goofy golf season.
Yeah.
Or the funny golf season. So it was like the skins match, or it was like this random thing, and then they put in like real tour events, but no one plays in them, or whatever. Or like they pick and choose. So you get like Austin Cook wins, and that's how Kuchar gets 3 wins in a season, or. Patton Kizzire wins 2 events before January and barely qualifies for the fucking FedEx Cup. So it is a little goofy. It's really good for the younger guys and the up and coming guys and the guys who need to play to make their paychecks, and like they have to play in a lot of events because they're just not that good. Yeah. They might sneak a win, but they win a bunch of tour money. It's like 6 or 8 events in the fall.
Yeah. They're doing the Tiger Phil match again, right?
I don't know where they stand on that, on the pay-per-view thing.
Okay.
I could look it up, but I don't know on the fly.
Okay.
I know they're doing this. I would like to see the match play thing. I think they botched it a little bit last year.
Oh, for sure.
I also think people's expectations were not met, which isn't necessarily an indictment on the tour or pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's on people's expectations. Like everyone thought like they were going to be like swearing and shit talking each other, and Tiger was gonna hit a bad shot and be like, Tiger, what the fuck? Like, God damn it, Tiger. Like, they thought that's what it was gonna be, but I don't know. It's an exhibition. He may have just not cared that much.
Right.
Now, I do think the tour should not step in and tell them what they should do.
There were rumors that that's what happened.
That, hey, we want you to conduct yourselves this way, and we want the bets to be this.
they limited the amount of side bets they could make.
They limited them. I think they also limited what they could do.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Like
which is bullshit. Like, they need to just let them fucking go.
Yeah.
Just take the reins off and let, like, I want to see Phil, like, bet Tiger that he can't fucking, like, flip his ball mark and have it land heads up. Like, I want to see dumb shit.
Hey, I'll tee up a 4-iron.
Yeah.
And I'll beat you on this hole for 15 grand or something.
Yeah, like that's the shit that I
like
want to see.
Like how much of a degenerate are you, Phil?
Yeah. But like that's what it is. Like I want to see that entertaining shit. Like I don't want them to be like fucking, oh yeah, well, you know, we only get 4 side bets through the whole thing, so you know we gotta pick and choose what we're gonna do, and they told me I can't swear, so I have to watch that. It's like,
yeah. But I do think that some of this stuff is pretty good. I don't know if it'll catch on. I don't know if it will. But what golf did was they changed their schedule this year to get out of the way of football and also accommodate. They also wanted to accommodate the Olympics for every 4 years, which bullshit excuse. They want to avoid football.
Yeah.
In Labor Day, they want to be done before Labor Day.
Yeah.
But this match here, this might be on like a Tuesday at 9, which understood it's not a drinking event anymore. But if you just want to watch it, like that's good.
Yeah.
Or like a Monday night at 9, like that it could be, because I think it's gonna be the week of that other tournament.
Right.
So if they're gonna play early instead of doing a practice run, they're gonna do this. Like a Sunday night would be good.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to help promote the event later that week, because again, it's gonna be prime time.
Right.
And I don't know what the time difference is. I wish they didn't always play at fucking 10, 11 p.m. when they're in like Malaysia or whatever. Yeah. Because I'll watch December, November golf, but I'm not watching it at 11 p.m.
Yeah.
It's just not. But that might be the time difference. If it's 12 hours, would be 11 a.m. If it's like, God forbid, a 14-hour difference, well, it's 9 a.m. You can't. Right. We can't fake times.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I think it would be fun, and if they do the pay-per-view with like a match of some kind, that would be cool too. But I think it's gonna be a way for them to try to stay relevant during the fall.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah. All right. So my final thought is they just released the next phase of Marvel movies, and my immediate like knee-jerk reaction is I don't really care that much about these movies. I don't have it right in front of me at the moment, but from what I can remember, there's going to be a movie called Loki, just about Loki. Don't really care that much, sorry.
Yeah, Loki
There's
gets
going to be a movie about Hawkeye. Also, hey, don't get me wrong, I am a huge Jeremy Renner fan. Just don't really care enough about Hawkeye. His own movie.
Thor's getting another movie.
Yep. Black Widow gets her own movie. Again, I fucking love me some ScarJo, but I don't think I care about her movie.
I saw some of the casting for that. They're gonna bring up other characters in it.
Okay.
So actually, the guy from Stranger Things.
Yep.
Is going to be I believe, another superhero.
Yeah, I did see that too. David Harbour.
Yeah.
What's his name on the show?
I don't know.
The sheriff, Chief Hopper. Yeah, fuck. And yeah, I saw that too, so that'll be good. I heard they're also gonna reboot Blade. Don't care.
I don't know if I care about that. Wanda is getting her own movie.
Yep. Again, it's Wanda and Vision, I think is one. I don't really care. The ones that I do, so the shorter list, the ones that I'm actually relatively excited for are Doctor Strange 2.
Yep.
And Black Panther 2.
Was that on that one you sent me?
It said that it was mentioned, but they didn't have a timetable for it. So, again, in the interest of full disclosure, we still haven't seen Endgame yet. We saw Captain Marvel, still haven't seen Endgame, but...
I have the list you sent me.
Outside, okay, what do we got?
So the ones we missed were Eternals. I don't know what that is.
Don't care.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm on board for the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I don't know if I love Falcon being in it.
Yeah.
Or being featured in it.
Yeah, I don't think I care about that one.
Shang-Chi.
Don't care.
What If.
Don't care.
I don't know what that even is.
Yep.
We got the rest of them.
Yep. So I think the two that I actually do care about, like I said, were Doctor Strange 2 and Black Panther 2. Outside of that, this next phase, I mean, I'm sure I'll still watch them when they come out because it's Marvel and like they'll probably be entertaining, but I'm not like fired up like, oh man, like I can't wait for this one, you know, like I just am like, nah, whatever.
Well, so the way I'm actually, so I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm definitely interested, and I do want to see them, and I don't go to movies in the theaters anyway, so that doesn't affect my life really in any way.
Right, I don't either.
Like when it comes out, I'll still want to see it just as much as I want to see any of them,
Mm-hmm.
but the big names are out. So you don't have Iron Man, you don't have Captain America.
Right. There's no Hulk.
No Hulk. Is there another big one I'm missing? Whatever.
I think Thor actually is out too. I think Hemsworth is done.
But Thor's getting another movie.
Yeah,
supposedly.
but I heard that. So I saw another post that said
That's not gonna be him.
it's Natalie Portman is going to take over as a female Thor. Yeah, exactly why I don't care about the Thor movie.
Has Thor ever been a woman?
I don't know.
Because I know comics have a lot of
Different
versions
things,
and
yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
If Thor has never been a woman, I don't know how that might bother me.
Yep.
If there's never been a female Thor, which I'm sure there has, I really don't think that they would go on the limb and just start it now.
Right.
And why would they pick that?
Right.
So I'm you know what? I'm just gonna assume there is a female Thor somewhere. So I assume that's where the Loki movie kind of fits in too.
Yeah.
Because that's probably where it would be introduced.
So you know what? To me though, if anything, this is telling of some other things. So now that I see that Loki gets his own movie, I'm almost certain that Tom Hiddleston is not going to be the next James Bond.
Assuming he is Loki.
Yeah, that's true too.
It also doesn't say as to when this movie's coming out.
Right.
Because phase 1 took how many years? 11?
I have no idea.
Oh wait, no,
They're
we're
in
on
phase 4.
Oh yeah,
This
sorry.
is phase 4.
I don't know why I thought.
So, because I know Hiddleston has been rumored to be a favorite for the next Bond.
They still haven't figured that out.
I don't know if I love that, but it is what it is. His name still has popped up. Him, I think
they
Richard Madden.
I will say I think they need to pick someone that no one's ever heard of. That's usually how it goes, and it usually goes okay.
Yeah. You know who I actually wouldn't hate? And what's his name? Dacker Montgomery?
What?
Billy from Stranger Things.
Is he British?
He's Australian.
G'day,
So
mate.
it would be a Lazenby thing, but I wouldn't hate him as James Bond. He's a little bit young, but I feel like you could do something with that. Like he would, I don't know. I think he'd be pretty good. He's a great actor. He's fucking phenomenal. He crushed it as Billy.
You said Punisher, right? I didn't mishear you, did I?
What?
Billy who?
Billy from Stranger Things.
Wait, hold on. Billy from Stranger Things. Who the fuck is Billy? Oh shit, the lifeguard?
Yeah.
I thought in my head I thought you said Billy from Punisher.
No, who the fuck is that? Oh, the Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Billy Russo.
Yeah, no. Billy from Stranger Things.
Oh, he's young.
That's what I mean, he's a little bit young, but
I feel like he also needs to be taller.
I don't know how tall he actually is. Well, Daniel Craig's not that tall. He's like maybe 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, that's completely. He's young. I don't like it. He could be like the next Bond.
Yeah, I don't like if you go to his Instagram and look at some of his headshots, like him not playing fucking.
Well, that's the other thing is
the shithead lifeguard from 1984 in Stranger Things. Like, he's a really good looking guy.
What's his real name?
Dacker Montgomery.
Is it spelled the way I think it is?
D-A-C-R-E.
Dacer.
He's a good looking dude. Like, when I looked at some of his pictures and his headshots, I was like, wow. That's got James Bond on. He's got a touch of James Bond in him. Are you looking at it?
He's young, man.
He is young, but I mean, tell me he doesn't look like a James Bond.
Just put the face app on him.
Yeah.
Actually, I am a little fucked up, so I haven't been drinking, but I'm a little fucked up. Full disclosure. So we recorded the next episode before this one.
Yes.
So there are a couple things. I actually had to pivot my final thought.
Oh.
Because it doesn't make any sense based off of the order.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Sexy Chris coming up soon on our next episode.
Yeah.
So that'll be out on Thursday. So we did an episode with him. But yeah, no, you don't see James Bond in him?
Not this one. Not the next one.
Yeah.
He could be the next.
Yeah.
Probably.
So that's my dark horse. Well, 10 years from now,
Do they still?
we'll see
Do
where
they
he's
really
at.
still not have?
No, they actually just ran into an issue.
What is it? Bond 25?
Yeah, I don't want to get into it and talk even more because we're gonna end this episode. But there was just an issue with a female. They wanted to make a female James Bond. I don't know. There's something going on with James Bond right now, and I don't think Daniel Craig is happy and all this shit.
We'll table this.
We'll table this for another thing. We'll come back to it. But that's gonna do it for us, kids. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Stay up to date for all our latest releases. Make sure you also subscribe wherever you're listening. And thank you for listening. We're available on all platforms, so subscribe wherever you are. Keep spreading the word. Keep telling everybody about us. It's awesome. We appreciate everyone from Chile to Kenya to India to Singapore, and then back here from fucking Pennsylvania and Virginia to Indiana, California.
Oh, you got Indiana on one try today.
Yeah, Arizona, Michigan, all you guys. You guys are great. And I didn't forget about you, Canada, either. We got some people in Saskatchewan and Ontario, too. So we love all you guys. And again, keep spreading the word. Let's see how many countries and states we can get into. The growth is watching the growth of different states and countries has been pretty cool. So again, thank you guys. You can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. And until next time, good night, everybody.